What is frame rate in animation production? Imagine watching a flipbook where each page is slightly different from the last. When you flip through it quickly, you see smooth motion. That's kind of how animation works. Frame rate in animation production is the number of individual images, called frames, shown every second. It is measured in frames per second. When these frames are played back fast enough, your eyes see continuous movement instead of still pictures. The choice of frame rate affects how the animation looks. Higher frame rates like 24, 30, or even 60 frames per second make the motion look very smooth and natural. For example, movies usually use 24 frames per second to give that classic cinematic feel. Television often uses 30 frames per second, which makes the action look crisp. Some high-end video games and animations use 60 frames per second for super smooth motion. Lower frame rates like 12 or 15 frames per second are common in traditional hand-drawn cartoons. Animating at these rates creates a slightly choppy or stylized look. This is often called animating on twos because each drawing is shown 4 frames. That means fewer drawings are needed per second, which can save time and effort. For example, if you animate on twos at 12 frames per second, you only need 6 drawings for each second of animation. In the process of creating animation, especially in two-dimensional cartoons, understanding frame rate is important for in-betweening. In-betweening is the technique of filling in the frames between key poses to make the motion smooth. The frame rate tells animators how many in-between frames they need to create. If you are working at 24 frames per second, you might draw a key pose every 2 frames and then add in-between frames to fill the gaps. Choosing the right frame rate is a balancing act. It influences the style and feel of the animation, how much work it takes to produce, and how well the story is told. Higher frame rates give you more fluid motion but requiring more drawings and time. Lower frame rates save effort but can give a more stylized or deliberate look. In summary, frame rate is a key part of animation production. It shapes how viewers experience the movement on screen. Whether you want smooth realism or a stylized look, understanding frame rate helps you make the best choices for your project.